More videos of the prologue playthrough have gone up, this time from Gamer V. And luckily for us, they checked out a few different paths from what we've seen already. First off is the heart-to-heart conversation between Carter and Sims.
Hard to believe. Things are going to change around here for us. That's for sure.
Stop moping. Live in the moment, like me. Each day, one step at a time.
You always find a way to see the bright side.
Mum taught me that. You can't always control what happens, but you can control how you react to it. I can control the muscles in my face, so I use them to smile.
It's hard to, though. Sometimes.
And that's why I try to focus on the now. The past isn't worth wasting a frown on.
Everything I do it for my daughter's future. What we're doing here is a vital step into a new tomorrow. For everyone.
Okay, now you are sounding like one of William's training videos.
We're doing something incredible, Sims.
It's interesting to see a version of him that's more thoughtful and sentimental. And I've got to ask, is that final line about his daughter only triggered if you both choose the sentimental arc and watch the video, or does it happen either way? I guess what I'm asking is, have they put the kind of Frank Stone level branching into the prologue, where there was just a huge amount of ways that conversation could play out? The player then shows off the node map. It's nice to see them encouraging you to test out the different paths right there in the menu. At this point, we've seen enough of this prologue that we can pretty much fill in the whole node map, I think. So let's do that. First, we've got the two branches for the Fixer and Caretaker here, and then the branching for whether you save Sims or let her die. Which means that these two nodes are Carter and Sims working on the repairs and chatting about bonsai, or Carter sitting in the lounge area being depressed. These two nodes are probably identical trips through the fuel injection area. Supermassive doesn't show that in the official video, but since the confrontation with Sims happens in basically the same place, we can assume the player gets there the same way. And we're just simply cutting out the traveling the way Supermassive did with movie mode in the quarry. Wait, does this mean movie mode in 8020 is confirmed? Okay, almost certainly not. I do want that though. These nodes, I'm guessing, are choice points, whether to approach Sims or stay back. I'm a little puzzled about these two paths. Are they the nodes for whether he runs or gets slashed? This node is the start of the attack that leads to the stealth. Note that there are 3 paths here. Presumably 2 of them are whether the door was locked or not, with the straight through path representing the possibility that Carter gets killed during the stealth sequence, which would draw a straight line from the attack to the caught by Sims death, and the other is the Sims kills you after you make the recording death. As we can see based on the number of notes, minor details like whether Carter gets slashed in the face or what kind of message he leaves are not going to be reflected in the branching, so we'll probably only hear about them in non-determinative dialogue and objects. Not unlike how Jaime's possible death in Frank Stone doesn't affect anything but the newspaper and some dialogue. Here's the real jackpot in this video. A list of all the game's chapters. It's nice to see that they tell you how many collectibles are in each episode. For example, this prologue has 10 files, 2 videos, and 3 deaths, and what is either the trophy for having done everything, or maybe the Dark Pictures collectible. Who can say? I was puzzled for a second because it says no videos have been seen even though this player watched the message from home. Then I noticed that apparently, despite the fact that this player has only completed 15% of the nodes in the prologue, they're 184% of the way through the story. So maybe the numbers aren't entirely trustworthy at the moment. There's 10 documents available in the prologue? Considering there's none in the footage we've seen, nor any place they could have reasonably been hidden. I mean, was there one in the fuel injection section that everybody just missed? I guess there's a bunch of exploration before the spacewalk, right? And of course, we've already seen all 3 deaths. Checkmate, in which Sims floats away, Last Words, in which Carter puts out the message before getting killed, and the one where he gets caught by Sims, which tragically we don't know the name of. I'm so delighted that all of the deaths are going to have names now. Let's take a look at the episode titles. We've got Little Star referencing the song of the same name, presumably. Best Laid Plans is a reference to the Robert Burns poem To a Mouse, which lets us know that the best laid schemes gang aft a gley, or in modern English, often go awry. So, unsurprisingly, this is the chapter where everyone wakes up to discover that something has gone terribly wrong. It's interesting that we commonly use plans when misquoting this poem. I think that's because while in the UK the word scheme is just a synonym for plan, with no negative connotation, in North American English, scheme is understood to be a somehow shady or underhanded plan. The sample isn't a clear reference to anything, but likely this is where they're going to start investigating the goop that the ship is infested with. Dragnet is presumably a reference to the police practice of searching everywhere for a suspect, and the TV show of the same name. If I had to guess, they'll be searching the ship, trying to figure out where Sims is after they find Carter's body? Mr. Williams will likely be the chapter in which we find out whatever secret it is that the titular character has been hiding. In the clips we've seen of Chapter 6, they talk about how Lamarcus has been acting suspiciously. Presumably that's going to be covered in this chapter. Hostile Takeover is the chapter we've already seen some footage of, in which the monsters openly start attacking the crew en masse. It does make me wonder exactly what the monsters' plan might be, if they even have one. Like, right from the start, the Thing knew exactly what it was doing, but this guy just seems to be murdering people left, right, and center. I've got no idea what huge piece of information we're going to be finding out in the chapter Revelation. Obviously, I'd love it if it was the reveal that the planet they've gone to is the Bat Monster's homeworld, which was destroyed by the Goop Monster, causing them to flee millions of years earlier. But that's just me. It could really be anything. And if they're trying to play down connections to other games in the franchise, I gotta say, Bat Monster Civilization would be a weird payoff. Finally, we've got Come True, which makes us immediately think of Dream Come True, leading us to the question of exactly whose dream are we talking about? Hey, as long as it doesn't end with this all having been a simulation of what could go wrong on the trip, I'm fine. In an amazing coincidence, I actually wrote a movie called Come True, and I've got to say, it's pretty great. Although all of the credit for that goes to the director and co-writer, who's a genius filmmaker. Weird graphical glitch here as a bunch of the ship's textures disappear right before the cut. Here's what happens if Carter chooses to joke with the monster instead of offering empathy.
We've got a chess game to finish here, Sims. It's your move, and you've got me on the ropes. Sims? Sims? Sims!
I love that the player's current objective is run with an exclamation point. Putting this giant title at the end of the chapter is a bold choice. I wonder if we're going to be seeing it at the start of chapters as well. I'm so grateful that GamerV and Enfant Terrible have gone to the trouble of uploading all of this footage so the fans can check out the stuff they missed by, let's face it, not going to Gamescom. There is so much variety and so many interesting details on display just here in the prologue. And we haven't even seen any of the parts in which they explore the ship before the spacewalk. Yeah, I'm just hoping this is the demo and we all get to play it sooner rather than later. For now though, I've been the Hidden Object Guru. Thanks for watching. If you had a good time and you'd like to see more of those buttons coming up to help with that, questions, comments, the things you noticed in the video, drop them in the comments section below the video. Play my game Clown in the Woods for free at itch.io. It's fun. And again, free. We'll see you back here for more Directive 8020 as the news allows. But until then, I'll say that's right. Au revoir.